no joke.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What is going on? Welcome to another show of Quality Comedy Time with me. I am your host, Quincy Carr. Glad to see some of y'all are tuning in and chiming in. It's going to be another great show. This is the first show of September. I've been doing this show since, I think, the middle part of April, with one break, 1 week of not doing it, but I've had some really good guests. And all last month, if y'all don't remember, all last month was National Black Business Month. So hopefully y'all was out there supporting Black businesses, and just people just trying to get above where we're kind of allowed to go, if that makes sense, right? So, but we have had some good conversations, some fun on here, man. And today's guest is going to be nothing short of fun and entertaining, especially for the ladies. I know y'all gonna have some questions for him too. But for those of you who aren't familiar with this show, this is similar to my brand of comedy called Quality Comedy. So the entire show is no profanity, except all subjects are on the table. So we don't shy away from sex, drugs, anything. We just don't say any curse words and any type of profanity, any type of vulgarity. So just kind of allows you to tune in a little bit more and not be like, ooh, did you have to say that? You know what I mean? And not to say that cursing is bad, because I let everybody know I'm an open book. I curse all the time. I just choose to not do it while I'm on stage. So if some of you know or don't know, I have a TV show that airs here throughout the state of Virginia called Living 757. And I'm also on a national TV show as well, and that's pretty cool. That hits all over. But I've had many moments, and I'm not saying that to say, ooh, look at me, I'm on TV. No, but I've had many moments in the public eye. And today on Living 757, the show is actually going to air officially starting tomorrow, but it airs for 5 days, and then we do another show. And the actual clip is already on Facebook Live on our Living 757 channel or page. And a brother broke down on TV. I cried. Yes, I cried. The one that some of you think I don't have a heart or I don't have any feelings. Yes, I cried because I was touched. There was a package that we showed, Teens with a Purpose. And just watching that package, it got to me, and I tried to hold it in. The last time I cried like this was at my nephew's funeral last year, and it was a little bit more than this, but I mean, I just broke down. I tried to hide it, but here, I'll even play a clip just so you guys can see it. It kind of messed me up there for a little bit. All right, so y'all check this out. All right. Oh, man, this is embarrassing. I'm doing this on TV, but it really hit me, like just watching that, and I'm just proud to see that there are people that are doing good things in our community,
Yes, Quincy, like you, because you also do great things for the community, Quincy, and we love you because you do that. I know you never say anything, but you are our hero as well. So yes,
thank you.
Just we share all these emotions with you, Quincy, and
that was crazy. Like and then afterwards, I'm sitting there asking him, I'm like, did I look like T.O.? Like when T.O. was crying about Tony Romo being his quarterback, like, did I look that ugly? Because you don't want to be a man and have your lip tremble. Like I was like, is my lip doing that? Like, so, but they were like, that was good to see your emotional side. But it's like I said, if you want to see the full clip, you can go to our fan page, Living 757, and you can see why I was brought to tears after watching a very inspiring package regarding Teens with a Purpose. And but I just have in my heart always about giving back to the community and trying to do something to uplift people and reach back for people. And if I have a platform or access to something, I'm always looking to help other people out. And that was just something that touched my heart. So so I'm just showing everybody I cry. Okay, I cry just a little bit, not all the time, but that one made me cry. All right, so let's get ready for today's guest. I can truly tell y'all, he tells you how it is when he performs. He is a comedian, he's an actor. But before I read off those accolades, check out this audio clip I caught of him regarding how women cheat and how they make you forget that they actually are cheating. Check this out.
Hey! Who is Antoine? Oh my gosh, Ace. Oh my gosh. You are worried about Antoine? Antoine, she ain't gonna never tell you is. Antoine, get your life together, boo-boo. Get your life together. You worry about Antoine, all these bills in this house. She's cheating.
She's cheating. That is my dude, Ace. Look, he's one of my longtime comedy bros. I met him about a decade ago. He's been on, in TV commercials. You've seen him on Nickelodeon. You can hear him on WCCG 104.5 FM if you're in Fayetteville, North Carolina. I'd like to welcome to the show my boy, Ace Brown. What's good, my man?
What up? What's going on, man? How's everything?
Bruh, look, a lot of things. Look, have you ever cried like to your fans on TV or on the radio?
On the radio. Actually, it was my second day on air down here, and my sister sent me something that was basically talking about someone losing their job, and as I was reading it, it was just basically about the person losing their job and, living in their car and all of this stuff. And next thing you know, and then it was like, just talking about counting your blessings. And I'm like, so you remember, I gotta go. And I just went right into the song. The bad part was, here's the bad part. I played the song that had just came off. That's how bad I was messed up. I didn't even play the next song. I went into the old song, and my sister called me, like, were you crying? I was like, nah, it just got to me. So I saw the clip, man. It's touching, and knowing that you're from the 757 area, man, I gotta salute you for always sticking with it, man. So it's okay to cry.
Yeah, look, my wife is on here saying Quincy is not dead inside because she always tells me I'm dead inside, because I can literally watch people going through something, and I can just be like, hey, look, let's go ahead and move on.
It's life. You be all right.
But
all you did was break your leg. Shut up.
Right. But as soon as it comes down to me, here I go. I'm just trying to.
It's a hurt. It's crazy because people don't understand that the platform that we on, we do have feelings, and we like to see that something that we planted the seed. It seems as if you and those two young ladies planted a seed in regards to, giving back to the community, and to be able to see that, to see that fester and grow and blossom, man. I know it's touching, man.
Yeah. Now look, speaking of touching, because during Corona, during this COVID, there is no touching of anybody. There's 6 feet of distance. Like, do you have any stories that you can't wait to get back on the stage and talk about? Because I know you are experiencing some crazy stuff out here.
First of all, I have to put out a disclaimer. I put out a disclaimer for any virtual shows that I've been doing, or any interviews, even when I do my podcast that I do weekly. If you see my kids pop up on screen, we just gonna keep going. We're not gonna stop, because my 4-year-old does not care. This is nothing to her. Whatever she's talking about is way more important. Right now, my wife got it occupied, so we cool now. But if you just see a little head pop up on this side, just don't worry about it. Yeah, don't even worry about it. Ignore it. Act like it's not even there. The first thing is my baby playing The Floor Is Lava all the time. Now,
what?
Yeah, The Floor Is Lava. That's his new game that these kids do, that wherever they call The Floor Is Lava, you supposed to like jump up on chairs, jump on counters, jump on the couch. You supposed to do anything because the floor is lava, right? And it's on YouTube. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, on Netflix or Hulu, one or the other, they made like a game show out of it, where people win money, and they gotta act like they gotta jump from obstacle to obstacle because the floor is quote unquote lava. And it's a team of 3. So one day, my daughter was like, "Daddy, the floor is lava." I'm like, "All right, cool." And I'm playing. All I did, I'm sitting on the couch, so all I did was just throw my legs up on the couch, and I'm like, "All right, that's it. I'm straight." So I get up. She had forgot all about it, and I went into bed to just take a nap. I woke up, put my feet down. She was like, "Daddy, the floor is lava." I lost it. I was like, "Well, when did it get in the bedroom? Why is it in the bedroom?" I yelling at my wife, "Why you let the lava get in the bed?"
Like, you were halfway asleep, halfway awake.
I'm losing it, Quincy. Q, I can't make this up, yo. I'm losing it. My wife was like, it's a game. I'm like, nah, it was in the living room before I went to sleep. Now it's in the bedroom. Like, I lost it. So yeah, the floor is lava is one of those stories I can't wait to tell on stage. And then I think another story is when if you remember the time when toilet tissue was running out and everybody was trying to get one at a time and everything. And this is a true state. This true. Well, you know me, Q. All my stories are true. You know what I mean? This really happened. I had my first virtual show, and I didn't even know how this was gonna work. So I'm prepping everything, trying to get proper lighting because of course the lights above is not really working. I'm like, yo, what's going on? And I'm back. I'm like behind stage or whatever. And it was finally my go. Mm-hmm. They had me closing out. I'm like, all right. So I'm trying to tell the jokes, but of course, just like how we got here, well, there's no one-on-one. There was no one-on-one like I'm talking to you. So I'm just talking to a bunch of comments and I'm waiting for the LOLs or the LM and nothing's coming up. And as I'm looking like off to the comment side, I noticed like something strange. I was like, yo, there's about to be a divorce. I'm about to get a divorce. And I see the back, like in the back of Zoom, all the fellow comedians who know my wife, like, what? Like, you serious? What? I'm like, it's over. And I pick up, I said, this woman is holding out on me. And I pick up a fresh bottle of hand sanitizer. I was like, you know how long I was in line and didn't get one of these? She didn't had it the whole time. She holding out from me. I went yo, she came in the house. I was like, so how long you had this hand sanitizer and you didn't even tell nobody about it? She was like, it's hand.
Look, people really lost it. Like when it comes to like getting those essentials, like you know, like toilet tissue. Because I live with two ladies, my wife and our daughter.
There you go.
Toilet tissue is really lasting. Like I don't know if we need Corona to continue. Because under normal circumstances, we buying toilet tissue all the time, or we can just go to my wife's mom's house, who has a fort of it, like stored. Like I don't know anybody's mama stores this stuff. Like my wife's mother, she stores this stuff in the pantry, or not the pantry, but the little linen closet, and then you got some on the outside storage closet, and it's like nobody needs that much.
Y'all come on and get this 24 pack. Where'd you find that at, Mom?
Like nobody need 24 pack. Like that's it. But ours have been lasting. So I'm a little blown away about how long our toilet tissue and stuff has been lasting. But people do take that hand sanitizer stuff seriously. Like
how old is your daughter?
Our daughter's 10.
Okay, maybe the wife done taught her some kind of folding method with the tissue. I don't know. I'm with you because I got two daughters and my wife. So but my tissue ain't lasting long. Cause my 4-year-old for anything, she pulling like it's crazy. Yeah. She pulling like crazy. So she don't
Right. And all they do is like it's like
she don't care.
And it's like tink.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what is the tink? Like that better be a tonk and a donk. Like you better clean your body. You're gonna use all that. Like I get it, man. I totally get it. Now my daughter has got me like she's huge on this TikTok. She doesn't have a TikTok account, but she found out that I have a TikTok account. And just like these younger kids, like they are just so into this TikTok. And I'm just like, I don't even get it, but I did it for a specific reason. But you know, like because I know your daughters are a little bit older. Like
well, no, I have one younger. I got the 4-year-old, and then my oldest is 12.
Okay, got you. So is your oldest on TikTok?
Yes, she's on it now. I'm pretty sure. Yes, she stays on it. Like that's another story. I had to give my daughter one of my ring lights because my daughter she will put her phone on anything and just out of nowhere.
That's my daughter.
I'm like, yo, we're in the middle of Walmart. Yo, get the phone off the bread. Like, yo, she in the middle. She just doing this while we shopping. Don't even get the phone off the muffins, girl. Hey, come on.
I don't understand what it is. Like my daughter does, of course. What's this girl? Megan Thee Stallion, right?
Yeah.
So
Savage.
it's Savage. Oh my God.
Get out of here with this. Come on.
Savage, classy. And they moving the hips. It's like, yo, like this needs to stop. Like I don't even know where you getting this from.
Here's one for you. I had to tell my daughter. She's like, Daddy, watch this. Dun, 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 dun. I said, ain't that the margarina? Like y'all kids done stolen. That's the margarina. Just because you change the song don't mean that's the margarina. I know the margarina.
Oh, yeah, they got another one. It's real. Oh crap, I cannot remember what dance it is, but it's like my wife knows because I know she's watching. What is it? The same as the walk? It's some type of move.
Yes, it's the mop. It's the mop. It's like mop.
Yes,
mop.
yes.
I'm like
no, y'all are just look. Some adult came to them and said, look. Y'all need to do what we used to do back in the day. And then they done took that. It's like, oh, that's a mop. And ain't nobody corrected them. No, you were doing the wop. And you done mopped the. No, get out of here.
That's it, man.
Get out of here.
It's the mop. Yeah. Well, yeah. Now, here's funny. I see your wife just posted about the whoa. Here's what's bad. Here's what's funny about I'm gonna tell you a funny story about that. So, me being in radio, they bring this guy. And he comes up. It's two guys. Yeah. One is an R&B singer. One is a rapper. They tell me the guy name is Cryptic. I'm like, who? They're like Cryptic. I'm like, all right, cool. So he comes. They both come in. One guy was Ramsey. I know his name is Ramsey. He's a singer.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this guy come out like, and you're Cryptic. He like, nah, I'm Crypto 9754, whatever the number is. So I'm like, all right. So now I'm interviewing them, and I try my best because I'm on a hip hop station. Not my choice. I would have preferred either throwback hip hop or adult contemporary. You know what I mean? But hey, it is what it is. It's radio is a step in. So I go ahead and I'm interviewing the guy, and the guy says, hey man, go ahead and throw to your song. He was like, yeah, this Crypto 97 da 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 da, and it's my song. Whoa. I said, that's it. He's like, yeah, that's it. I'm like, so like you just think people know you like that? Nah, I mean, you gotta introduce yourself. He's like, I got like 70 million views on YouTube. I'm good. So I got the face like you, like, bro.
I don't know you.
So, exactly. So I said, yo, this Crypto with whoa, here we go. Playing it, I'm like, hold up. That's you? He like, yeah. I'm like, yo, my daughter loves you. Yo, can I get a picture? Now I'm a fan. Now I just became an instant groupie. I was like this. Yo, my daughter loves you. Yo.
I don't understand. Bruh. It's not even a complete. It looked like a spaz.
Yeah,
it looked
that's
like
what it does.
And then you just lose it, and then you back to normal.
Yeah.
And people are doing all of these dances. I mean, like we had our regular joints, you know what I'm saying, prep, we had some stuff that now I see why our parents were looking at us when we would break out some cardboard and start pop locking in the middle of the place. They'd be like, what is wrong with you? And now we look like kids the same way.
But here's the thing about it though, Q, at least with us, we knew where it was going to happen. The family barbecue or somebody's card party. These kids break into these dance in the middle of anywhere. Like it's just anywhere. They think the car stopped.
Right.
Yeah, like,
Oh, look, I don't even know what that whole thing was. I want that yummy, yummy, yummy. Like, are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
When the floss was hot, because if you talk to a kid now, oh no, we don't do that anymore, right? When the floss was hot, somebody like the kids would just be standing up just anywhere. As long as they weren't involved in anything, then they like, what is wrong with you? Stay still. But you know, it's our fault because we done put all the kids on on Ritalin, so they can't do anything. Hey, Shannon, what's going on? Shannon Parker, one of our fellow comics out here.
What's going on, Shannon?
She tuning in. she talking about this lady talking about the sprinkler lost to the woe.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the woe is.
Yeah. Said crack babies really shit.
Yeah. Well, we're technically the crack babies. We're technically the crack babies, but I just think with them, just the fact that they could be able to do it anywhere because of this technology, you know, and my daughter just she'll stay on it and she'll get off. But the only reason why I allowed her to even get it is because she took up dance. Okay. So I was like, all right, cool. You know, this is a way for you to express it and realize it. But man, I could do without it.
Look, we can go all day long talking about how these kids will change our lives because it's like material for days. But like, you know, speaking of material, man, like me and you, we connected 10 years ago. Do you remember?
Yes, sir.
50 comics deep.
I thought, was it 50 or 100?
It felt like 1,000.
Yeah,
but it was 50.
50
comics deep down in where? What was it?
Columbia, South Carolina. At the Comedy House.
That was nephew Tommy's from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. For those of you that may not know, but that was his comedy competition, and I'm gonna just call it highway robbery because that's why I don't like comedy competitions like that.
I never wanted to do one again.
That ended my comedy competition love. Now, look, I don't know about you, but I got a little bit of work on the Steve Harvey Morning Show because of it. Right.
I did.
Okay.
You got that quiet letter. Hey.
Hey man, I got $50 to shut up.
You don't know about this. This is what you gonna do, and I'm okay. All right.
Right.
What's his name? Vance. Vance gonna call you. Okay. All right,
bro. I never heard it called the quiet letter. I knew. $50.
Wait a minute, though, Q. Here's the bad part. I don't know if my voice is like you have a distinctive voice. Like you have a distinctive voice.
I've had people tell me, is that you?
Yo, you have a distinctive voice. Tony Baker has a distinctive voice. Yeah. Two comics that I love. I rock with y'all. You know, really
appreciate
you more so than Tony because I know you. Like Tony, we've met through MySpace and then just collectively, you know.
Did you really just throw it back to MySpace?
Yeah, like for
that was like 9 years. 9,000.
Yeah, yo, that's what's crazy about it. Tony Baker and I connected on MySpace. I forgot how. And then every platform that we grew, we just ironically connect. Now, of course, because he's way bigger now. It's not like he's following me or nothing. But whenever I hit him up with a message, here's the funny thing. Whenever I hit him up with a message, he'll be like, "Hey, what's up, Ace?" Like, but he ain't following me or nothing like that, you know. But
I mean, you ain't mad about it.
Yeah, I ain't mad about it, but it's like, yo, what up? It is what it is. So, but you and Tony are two people that the minute I heard y'all voice, I was like, yo, you're never gonna be able to forget the voice.
Yeah.
You know, you may forget some jokes that the person may tell, but you're not gonna forget the voice. Right. So the crazy thing is, and I know you definitely got caught with this on The Secret. Man, that junk came out, and I don't think I have a distinctive voice like that, but I guess my mannerisms so. Yeah. I had people call me like, hey, yo, your name ain't Troy? I'm like, wait, what? What you talking about? Yo, I just and they running it down. They like, you said your name was Troy. What's this?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I like you didn't hear that. Don't.
Man, listen, look, they got me.
Trying to get this check clear real quick.
right. But look, that was like 10 years later, man. You know, like I don't even worry about it now. I'm like, look, that non-disclosure. If somebody asks me, I just go ahead and just let them know. I don't even try to hide it.
Yeah.
You know,
I just want to know what DVD. I mean, I just want to know what volume I'm on. I want to know what volume.
Well, I know mine because I did too, and mine keeps getting played. So,
yeah, you was better than me then.
All I know is that people keep playing like, hey man, I could have sworn I heard you on the radio this morning on the Steve Harvey. I'm like, man, I don't know who that is, man.
Yeah.
Everybody keep telling me that.
That was Charles. That was Charles. Look, man, that was you. No, that was Charles.
Man, look, when we linked up and did 50 Comics Deep, it gave me an opportunity to link up with a bunch of comics, obviously, that I never would have linked up with. Mm-hmm. And you being one, Lord, may he rest in peace. Lord was one.
Lord. My man, Lord.
Man, and it was about 4 or 5 other cats. And the reason why I say, like, and this is for the comics out there, like, I stopped doing the competitions, or I stopped being geeked about doing competitions after this one. Now, at the time, I had about 10 years in the game.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, you know what? I'll do this competition. I mean, it's nephew Tommy. I'm gonna go all the way to South Carolina. I didn't know what to expect. Well, here's what should have been assigned. Number one, I was gonna pay for my own hotel, own travel, and own everything. Nothing was gonna be given. Then when we get there, we all sitting, and you know, he came in, and Tommy is like a lower level version of Steve Harvey. Like, he's doing some things where you look and be like, really, Tommy? Like, this brother amongst comics had a security guard, and that's what. Come on, man! Like, what we gonna do here?
Yeah,
like,
exactly. The first day when he came in that jogging suit, I was like, what are we dealing with here? What is going on here, man? What are we dealing with? Here's the thing, and I think it was 100 comedies. I wish I was.
Yeah.
So you were 10 years in at that time. I was only two. I was only 2 years in at that time, and I forgot how I heard about it. I sent it in, and we mentioned Lord, who a lot of people don't know, but for those that are watching us, Lord was a close friend of me and Q, and grew in the
of a lot of comics, man.
Yeah, and he passed away some years ago. Real close friend of mine, but the crazy part is, Lord wasn't even supposed to be in the competition.
Wow.
He wasn't. He was just gonna ride with me. And then when he saw that it was really nobody there, I was like, yeah, I had to send in the video. So I don't think they're gonna let you in, bro, unless you got a video up. He was like, yeah, I ain't got one. I was like, yeah, I don't think so. Just come on, Crash. You know, let's split this room. He was like, all right. He got there. He was like, how much? They was like $100. He was like, here you go. I said, what? Well, what was the purpose of my video then? What? Clearly, y'all are not screening none of this. Y'all.
I forgot about that. We had to pay to be there, and then we had to pay our own way there, and we had to stay in the hotel.
Yes, in a hotel.
Yeah, so everybody was just kind of, well, I know I can't speak for everybody else, but I was just geeking on the fact, okay, it's nephew Tommy. You never know what could come out of this, you know. But
that's what I was on. And then I wish I was married at that time to my wife, because my wife, when I finally told her about it, when I was speaking about you and speaking about, well, she knew Lord, but we were talking about all the stuff. She was like, so you just didn't do the math and realize that y'all paid for your own prize money? I was like, no, I didn't think about it like that. I was too hyped. You wasted the money.
Yep, that was all of us, man. I think it may even be on YouTube, but it was like a little promo video where all of us did, hey, I'm Quincy Carr from Virginia and all this stuff. And I'm like, man, so here's where for me, you know, and this is just comics talking. This ain't nobody, you know, crapping on anybody or shooting down what anybody did. But they said, and I quote, anybody who's not here at the deadline cannot enter the contest. There was a comic, very funny brother out of New York, Drew Frazier.
Wait. Before that, the most important line was, this was supposed to be for new comics.
Right. Right.
Go ahead, continue, because I'm gonna tell you
Right.
my side for
Right.
what I
Yeah.
thought.
Not comics that had TV credits and BET's Comic View and all this.
Go ahead.
So, and then the crazy part, and this is why when I look at competitions now, I don't like the whole judge thing. Because
Yeah.
there's two things that can happen. It's biased and it's never going to be fair. Do you remember the judges that were judging this joint? It was a person that owned I think a clothing like a cleaners
Yes.
in the same shopping center. That person
Yes.
was a judge. Another person who I don't know what this person
No
did.
one knew comedy.
No, they were giving people a pass that hit the stage, and I know it's our people. God, I love you, comics. But dancing to a song for 3 minutes, I don't care what audience it is. It is buffoonery.
Yeah.
Get your butt on stage and start telling some jokes. All right, but they would dance. They dancing to Rick Ross, and the judges are weak. And the other comics, like, I remember your face. Me and you were like.
Yo,
it was went up there and hit the stage. These people dancing and they got passed to the next round. Oh my God! So all of that, with bad judges. Oh my goodness, bro.
Okay, so
it was crazy.
So let me tell you when it started to look crazy to me when I first walked. Well, no, when we first got the nights we were on, and I have great memory.
Yeah.
So I can say that I remember this like it was last week. We walked in and you sat at the table with us for check-in. So that's how we met you first.
Yeah.
And we were all you, myself, and Lord, we were all talking and everything. And then if you remember, there were a lot of Chicago cats that sat like right behind us. Oh man, BT Kingsley was with them though.
Yeah, Kingsley.
BT Kingsley. What was my man? Schmitty B.
Yep.
Him, and then the other dude, Ooey.
Yeah.
Ooey. He was there. So a couple of us was talking, and then you had like Mo, Big Mo, and a lot of them came in. So now this one I knew was crazy. When they gave us the nights, or they gave us the slots, and Redbone had got a spot. And I'm like, I just went to a comedy show last year, and he opened up for Steve Harvey.
Right.
Why is he even in this competition?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't at the time. I don't think I knew you was in the game 10 years, and so you know what I mean. We would just, but I know I didn't know your face. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm a student of the game, so I'm like, hold up, how Redbone on this show? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We get through. Those that make it. When Drew Frazier walked in,
I knew.
Me and Lord know Drew Frazier, because we're from up that way. So when I was coming back from the bathroom, Drew was coming through, and I'm like, "Yo, Drew, what up?" He's like, "Ain't nothing." He was like, "I came here to see nephew Tommy." I said, "Oh, he's in the." I point him to the room. Yo, he in that room right over there. Okay, he's like, "Good looking, Ace. Good looking. What you doing? You doing the competition?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, I said, "You're not doing the competition, right?" Like, no. I just came through. I just in the area, Okay. I get up there. I tell Lord, "Yo, you saw Drew Frazier? Drew here." He like, "What Drew doing here?" I said,
Drew killed that joint.
He was hollering at nephew Tommy. I said, Lord said, "Okay." Nephew Tommy come on stage. All right, we got one more contestant. Everybody start clapping your hands right now. Give it up. Drew Frazier. I looked right at Lord and said, "You want to leave tonight or tomorrow?"
Right.
You want to leave tonight? What you want to do? We can start
there
immediately.
I sat there, bro, and I was like, well, now, I have the ability to be in front of a mainstream audience, but I mean, I'm not gonna be able to make Ambrose Jones. That was my first time running to Ambrose.
Yeah.
Just so many cats. Ron Hortman.
Ron Hortman. Yep.
Yep. Ron, that's my guy still to this day as well. I mean, just so many of y'all, and we all had that similar type of style where
Burpee from Burpee. He's on Wildin' Out now.
Yep. It was. it was so many comics that I got a chance to actually see. So I never discounted the fact that I got cheated out of my money. I always took it as a credit to the game, and the credit to the game was I learned something. I met some dope people in the industry, and 10 years later, a lot of those individuals, y'all, everybody doing much bigger things. So I never crap on those opportunities, but I'll never forget those opportunities. So I appreciate you sharing that, homie.
I was hurt.
Man. Hold up. Got my man Patrick Williams, another comic in the area.
What up, Pat?
Yeah.
What up?
Yep. Let me see. Roz McCoy. She's down there in Jacksonville, I think. Roz is saying, yeah, Ron is such a nice guy. Yeah.
I did a competition down there too. Roz may know this guy, Spunky Robinson. I did his competition, and he even said he was like he didn't like the way it was because it was, it's that bias. Judges are not supposed to know nobody, but they really do know somebody, and then next thing you know, it's like nah.
Anyway. And Drew, long story short, Drew ended up getting everybody's $100 because he was the winner of the competition,
and gave it to Tina Grant. I'm sorry. That's coughing. COVID.
Yeah, just things that happen. Now, look, I had some other questions on this list, but before we go any further, I have to do this segment I always do right before I take a quick break. This is called going completely off topic. I don't know if you're familiar with this, Ace, but going completely off topic, this is when I ask the comedians on the show or the guests on the show something three things that are not related to this interview at all. Okay, so you ready, bro? Going completely off topic. All right. Okay, well, the first one, because you're from New Jersey, right? Yeah. So which city did the Nets better justice, New Jersey or Brooklyn?
Brooklyn, because they're making more money. We wasn't going to the game. We was going to high school games before we was going to the Nets game.
Ooh.
Yeah, we was going to high school. Yeah, Nets financially was way better off in Brooklyn. But loyalty wise, I think it was New Jersey though. I think New Jersey we were more loyal to them. Like we was at least still rocking their their colors and their stuff. But financially, definitely Brooklyn.
Definitely Brooklyn. Okay. Yeah. All right. So my next one now, you also get into acting, and we'll talk a little bit about that as well. But for $15 million, Ace, $15 million, if Hollywood came up to you and said, put on this dress for a role in the film, what stops you from wearing that dress?
I think I really have to. I've always asked my wife this too. I asked her, and she's sitting right across from me working, so she know I ain't lying. I always be like, yo, if they ask me to kiss a man, she's always said, you got to look at where you are in your career. And I think that wearing a dress, for how much you said? How much is that? How much was it? How much was it?
15 million, Ace.
15 million. Am I putting on a dress? 15 million. My wife got the face like, is that a question? Like, I don't know, man. 15 million put on a dress? What scene am I wearing it for?
What scene? Come on, man.
Am I extra in this scene? I gotta talk. Can I walk? Can I just walk through whistling? Like, yeah.
That's such a crazy hot topic for Black comedians. Is at some point, because Richard Pryor did it, Eddie Murphy did it, Martin Lawrence did it, and Dave Chappelle never did it. He's been approached.
He did.
When?
And Men in Tights. Robin Hood, Men in Tights. Remember they had to dress up in the disguise? They dressed up as women.
Okay, right. Okay, because there was another story about Dave Chappelle being asked to do it, and he said, no, I'm not. And they threw all these other, come on, Martin has done it. All these other people have done it. So that's why I was like.
No, he did it, but it was, once again, like I said, me and my wife talked about, it's where you at in your career. At that present moment, I don't have to do that no more. I had to do it to show that I was willing to work with everybody. He didn't have to, you know, but he did it.
Hold on, talk about, man, Patrick. This dude.
I think I'm twerking in the dress.
I'm twerking in the dress.
But I'm with Pat because at this present moment, 15 mil. Yeah, I might. Hey, did Cardi come on or something? Like, what am I doing? What paint the scene for me? Like where
paint the scene. Right. Yeah, it's still a topic of discussion, and it's one of those things. Like for me, you know, I don't even ask the question about how much money. Like I'm just gonna be like how, like what is that gonna do for me? Almost like me crying on TV. Like what is that? Like that clip is gonna live forever.
Image. Yeah. Like, see, I'm one of those types. I'm one of those. Hey, put this dress on, Ace. Is this on Tubi TV or Netflix? Where we at? If this is Sling TV, I'm with you. If this is Sling,
is this on the WB?
Yeah. Are we talking HBO or are we talking Bounce TV? What are we talking? What are we talking? Because we talking Bounce now.
Are we talking Nuvo?
Yeah.
Are we talking Bravo?
Yeah. What are we talking?
Oh man. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, that's a very interesting answer. And the final one, man, and this may get you in trouble here, because I know you talk about it a lot on stage. Who do you think lie more, men or women?
Who lies more? Women lie more. Men lie more. Women lie better.
Explain that.
Because men, we lie because we think that that's just going to get the conversation over, but we keep digging ourselves in there. When a woman lies, it's just down. We don't know how to respond to it.
Right.
You know, we like, for example, a woman can say, "Where were you? When? What time? What you talking about? You talking about today?" Immediately, we on the defense. You ask a woman, "Where you been? Out? Why?" Nah, never mind. I was just asking. We get scared. We get scared. Like we
two words.
Yeah.
2 words. Out.
Why?
No, she finished.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I was just because the kids was looking for you. That's all. Like it don't make a difference. So men lie more, women lie better.
That's crazy. And here's the crazy part: we don't like. We could be in a situation that we don't even have to lie. But the way the question was proposed, the way the question was brought to us, we start thinking, hold up, what did she dig up from?
Yeah, exactly.
Hold on. I'm gonna answer the question. Just give me a second. Hold up. So, okay, so I didn't know.
Yo, let me tell you. On stage, I got a joke. I say it's 2 questions every man is scared of. I said the first question is where you at? Because we could not be doing that. We could be playing ball. Where you at? Right now? Like, I was like, the second question is let me ask you a question. That scares us because we already know, like, man, if she asks,
no. Look, can we talk as soon as you get home?
Yeah. We need to talk.
Look, huh?
Yeah, yo.
Hold up. It's nothing worse than getting that to get that in a text message too. Like that's even worse. That's like your teacher saying, "Look, give your mother this note."
Yeah.
And then I would like to see her signature on it tomorrow morning.
Yes.
You're like, what do I do?
What is this note about? Yo, I remember getting the old school. You have to get your parents to sign it, and it'd be like, I failed the test. I'm like, everybody? Yes, everybody.
Oh, look, that's where the line started.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody.
That was the start of the line. Man, look, this thing is going so fast, conversation-wise, man. Look, we already in the 48th minute. So I'm gonna definitely give you a little bit more time, but let me I'm gonna quickly plug my sponsors and come right back. I got some more questions for you, homie. Okay.
All right.
All right, look, this is man, Ace is my guy, man. He's bringing up stuff that's even helping me create some new material. But real quick, just want to plug my sponsors once again. Thanks to TGX Live that has my comedy special running. It's only $4.99 to support. You can stream that, and you can go to tgxlive.com for that. And also, hold up. Look, I'm up here telling y'all stuff. Look, I'm driving again. I'm driving this again because my brother, who normally does the production, he is not here because he's working some overtime. So let me find. Oh yeah, it's right here. So yeah, so my comedy special is currently running on TGX Live. So you guys definitely can support. Check that out if you get an opportunity to, tgxlive.com. It was my first comedy special, Too Young for 40, and finally got a streaming platform to pick it up and invest some funds. They've been promoting it like crazy, and the first 30 days was actually a pretty decent little payday, so I appreciate y'all. So it's only $4.99 the pay-per-view, so I certainly appreciate y'all on that. Also, I have my Perfect Human t-shirts. Y'all see my red one that I've been wearing today, but I got red and black. They're unisex shirts, and just let folks know, stop judging, stop pointing fingers, stop holding grudges. We all human. I got wristbands. We all make mistakes. And also, if you see my performance on True TV, that popular performance, Bed and Breakfast, that phrase came out, come on, let's do something. So, hold up. Sorry, I got stuff playing. Anyway, I didn't realize I had my iPhone thing in my ear, and I also had this thing in my ear. That's crazy. Anyway, shout out again to my sponsor for today, Just Dance On. Certainly appreciate that. Now, let's get back to my man Ace. Hold up. You said 40. Hold up. Roz is like 40. I got socks older than that. Look, you've been in the game, been living longer, Roz. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're older than me, Roz. All right, thank you for tuning in, young lady. I got to get you on the Quality Comedy Series too, Roz, when we open back up, as well as you, Ace, because I'm down there, or I'll be in the Dave and Buster's. I'll start doing shows at the Dave and Buster's in Charlotte, and you're currently in Fayetteville on the radio, man. Like, talk to us about how that opportunity came, because you moved from Jersey to
I wound up going back to school to get my degree in communications, and in the process I told my wife I wanted to get on radio. Now this was before, of course, COVID and podcasting became something for blacks to do, and I say that because Black people, we jump on something and make it a little bit more fancier. I think like we put our own little spin to it. But podcasting been around for a long time, and I think that there was just something that we never did, especially entertainers. Entertainers never jumped on podcasting to go ahead and say, you know what, this is what I'm gonna do to make myself either extra money, bring in some sponsors, shine a light on small sponsors, things of that nature. So when I did that, I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and get into radio. And I got down here and I applied for a couple of radio stations. And this one picked me up. And I've been doing the afternoon show since. And that happened in about October. Well, I started the afternoon show in January.
Yeah. Awesome, man. That's something that, like I tried it, not tried it like as a career, but I did it. And it was cool. But that can be a lonely feeling too, right?
It's very.
You're used to being in front of people.
Well, yeah, it's very lonely. I was trying to build it, and like I said, this was before podcasting got to where it was. Now where I'm at now, I love doing podcasting, and I love doing things to this nature. Where the podcast that I have, Dad's Intervention Podcast, with two other comedians out of Jersey, where we went ahead and started shining a light on dads and dad thoughts and things of that nature. Yeah. And it was just good to be able to put it on a platform and be like, you know what? Let me hear how it sounds. And I say, once you start investing in, your microphones and making sure that everything is good, you sound just as good as being on a broadcast. And a lot of times today in 2020, people want to hear content, especially about our age group. They want to hear content. They're not really worried about the songs because you could just download that. When we was growing up, you had to listen to the radio to hear the latest song. You don't have
Right.
to do that no more. So now when people are listening, like my wife only listens to the station when I'm on it. Other than that, she's like, I could do without it. But it's always good.
Okay. Yeah. So you were also, obviously you performed as a comic, and then you transition into acting, and now you're getting into even like producing and directing. Like, what was I guess the transition with you getting into production?
Well, the transition for production was I started acting when I was young. I started acting when I was 11 years old, and I've done commercials, Cheerios, Nickelodeon, auditioned for several things such as the movie Fresh. Was a part of. I was an extra on Crooklyn, and I also auditioned for, believe it or not, the Jackson 5 American Dream.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I actually was booked for the role of Marlon. I was
Really?
actually booked for that. But what happened was, and this is just a crazy story to show you how Hollywood works. At the time, Flex Alexander and Dougie Doug had a show called Where I Live.
Yep.
And I was booked on that show. And I had a main character that was supposed to kick off from episode 3 on.
Oh wow!
And I was going to run through the whole first season. So my manager at the time, Shirley Grant, big shout out to Shirley Grant, management, and she was like, "Yeah, let's take this one. This seems a little bit more prominent. Jackson 5 may not even kick off. They, the kids are holding back. They don't want to shine the light on their dad, beating them and things like that. So it was still in talks." But I had auditioned for it just in case, and had met at that time. Jason Weaver was working, and a lot of people was working. And then next thing you know, they was like, "Yeah, so we're gonna go Where I Live." All right, cool. 2 episodes down, they was like, "Yeah, Where I Live ain't gonna work."
That's TV for you.
What about my episode though? What about what we gonna do with mine?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
I never got on that, and I didn't get on that. So when I got older, I started doing comedy, got back into acting, and got into doing stage plays. And then the production came because I was just tired of begging people to shoot my project. Yeah. I got tired of asking someone for them to tell me, "Wait a minute, why don't you do mine first?" And I would do theirs pro bono, help them out with, "Look, this is what makes sense." And they knew I had the background in it, so they knew I wasn't telling them no nonsense.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it was like, "Well, what about mine?"
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what, Ace? Let me talk to you.
That's usually when it ain't gonna go.
They got me working overtime now. Wasn't you working overtime at the job when we was doing yours? And right. I just one day I went ahead and I told my wife, I said, "Yo, you know what? I'm just go ahead and use my phone and start doing stuff, and use my tablet." And I bought a tablet, I bought an iPad, and bought the things to make it a little bit better. And then that last clip that you just played, "I Need Help," which is what I wrote. It's a 5-part series. You can find it on YouTube. If you type in Ace Brown Comedian, all my stuff will come up on YouTube. And that camera right there, my wife bought it for, what was that, baby? Christmas? Yeah, for Christmas. Yeah, she bought that camera. So, man, it makes it look better.
Yeah, man, that's so dope. Now, I did see on your repertoire and your background, obviously, you've performed and you've opened up for many stand-up comics in the business as you've been doing your thing. We're talking Paul Mooney, Tommy Davis, and Kevin Hart. And in some ways, I don't know if anybody else has told you this, like your cadence almost flows like Kevin Hart. Like, do you get that a lot?
I get that a lot. It's not done deliberately. I've always been the type to tell stories. I've always been the type to tell stories. When I first got into comedy, it was because a gentleman that I knew would always ask me to tell a story, a certain story that he and I knew it, but he would be like, "Wait, let Ace tell you." And he would go, I wouldn't see it was like a neighborhood guy that I knew when I was coaching track, and he coached track, and he would be like, "Yeah, Ace, tell them this story." And I'm like, "All right." and I would just tell it over and over. And this was before Kev had even started doing stuff. So when I opened up for Kev, I opened up for Kev when he was preparing for Seriously Funny. And he even said, he was like, man, you just got, your timing is similar to mine. You tell stories is similar to mine. Of course, I don't think that he knew that he was going to blow up to the way he did, as much as he did. I think he believed, just like we all believe, that this is going to pay off in the end. But, it wasn't like, I always try to tell people, I don't get offended by it, but I try to tell people, like, I've never mirrored myself to doing that. I've always mirrored myself to just doing comedy and being real. I talk about my family because that's all I know. If you go back, even the one that I did with you during the Funny Bone, I used to talk about being single because at that time I was. Now I'm talking about being married with 2 kids. I only had 1 at that time. So my jokes have evolved because of my life. So the cadence is not done deliberately. It's just the way I tell stories. I tell stories the way I saw them happening.
That's what happened. And plus, when you were just starting out, I think at the same time, like Kevin was starting out. Not starting out. Kevin was getting hot.
He was getting hot,
and becoming like a national like A-lister, for lack of a better word. And at that time, like nobody was really saying, I'm gonna copy his style.
Exactly. And that's what I try to tell people. I tell people that all the time. Like, I started comedy, and it's bad because people think Kevin Hart just started back then. And I'm like, nah, he's been doing it for a long time. And it was to a point, I'll be honest with you, Q. It was to a point where I was like, you know what? I'm gonna really, really, really try to make sure that I'm not sounding like him. And it wasn't until I ran into Ray Gordon, who helped Kev get started. And he said, "Yo, I don't know what happened. I'm sorry. Did it come up? I'm sorry. It wasn't until I spoke to Ray, and he said, why? Like, I did a set, and he was like, you were off. And I was like, I was like, just not feeling it. And he was like, all right. He left it alone. And me knowing Ray, being comfortable talking to Ray, I told him what I was thinking. And he was like, bruh, this been you from the beginning. He was like, do you literally sit there and study that, man? I was like, nah. I was like, I watch it as a fan like I do anybody else. He was like, do you mirror your jokes off? I'm like, nah, I don't. He was like, so talk the way you talk. Perform the way you perform. Don't worry about everybody else. He's like, because there's always going to be somebody. He's like, for some reason, Black people feel as though there can only be one. And if that one person is there, and that's it.
That's the way the industry make you feel as well. It's like there can only be one. Like, there's so many hot comics out there, but and it's like I said, it's no shot at Kevin at all. But Kevin is the guy that when Hollywood is looking for that Black guy, he's going to be the one that they call. And then there's always going to be a few other ones that always get in the mix. But there's so many dope, talented artists. Like right now for the females, it's Tiffany Haddish. And it's so many dope female artists out there in comics. But when Hollywood wants to put their finger on you, that's what they've always been able to do. So you have to be willing and open enough to understand that they may say there can only be one, but nobody can be you better than you. So Ray was right by giving you that.
And I was glad that he told me that, because I literally was going to try to reshape the way I did stand up. Just because I didn't want to sound like that was happening. And I was like, yo, like I was literally going through it, because I was like, this is all I know is to tell stories. This is all I know. Like, this is what I've been doing. If I go to tell you what happened, I got to go back to the beginning. I can't just tell you, you know what I mean, how it is. I'm like, nah, Q, let me tell you what happened. So it started on Wednesday. And I got to go through that. That's just me.
And I'm the type of comic and person, like, I can't, like, I've always been a physical person, right? So I can never just tell you a story and let the words tell. Like, I got to say it, and then I got to give you a little acting out. And so that's how That's kind of how my style has always been as well. Now, you know, when you talk about acting, I also saw you've done some stage plays, and in one of those stage plays, you also did Raisin in the Sun. Now, bro, that was for me. That was my biggest role. Like I was cast as Walter Lee Younger.
Walter Lee.
And when I tell you the morphing I had to do with myself physically and mentally to play that character, everybody wanted me to play it as Diddy played it, him, Felicia Rashad, and that wasn't a good version of Walter Lee Younger. Sidney Poitier was the one, and the guy that cast me said, as soon as he cast me, he said, it's never been portrayed by a comedian. It's always been portrayed by a thespian, a theater actor.
Yeah.
And I believe Denzel had just did it on Broadway, and I think Danny Glover had also did it. And so it said, you're going to be in good company, especially if you can pull this off, but you'll be the first as a comedian. And when I tell you, dog, like I got into that role so hard, and a lot of people don't know the story. My wife and I, we actually had an argument, and this was probably like about the third month of the of the rehearsals, and I got into like I started to become like I became this frustrated black man just trying to make things happen, and you didn't think people was on your side, and I scared her, man, because I snapped and I hit the wall, and I hit a hole in the wall. And I realized at that point, I said, "Oh my gosh! Like I'm so deep into this character, acting
Heath Ledger,
but that character did that to me." What character were you in that play?
Oh man, I was the young boy, the son. What was the son? Wow. Yeah, I was the son. I did that. I did a Raisin in the Sun when I was young. I can't remember. Yeah, what was his name? The young boy. Mama. What was his name?
I can't remember. I did it.
I was a young boy. Yeah, I was the young boy. I didn't play a big role, but I was in it. For I forgot the small theater in New York. It was a small theater in New York. Did it for a month. That was it. You know. But the play that actually was for the exactly same thing that you're talking about, where a character just took over, was Redemption, which was a play.
Travis was the name of the boy. Yes. Thanks, Ross.
Yes. But the play that where I had to check myself was called Redemption, and it was based off of, it's a true story based off of Whitney Houston's cousin.
Yeah.
And Felicia Moss Eaton, who, it's funny, she'll mess around and see this days later and be like, thank you for the shout out. But yeah, she's a first cousin of Whitney Houston, and it talks about her life. So unfortunately we couldn't use Whitney Houston, but we couldn't use Whitney Houston's image, but her Sissy Houston, her mom, was in the audience for the first night, and her mom just didn't like it. Sissy Houston was pissed that this play came to life. And I played the drug dealer who was Felicia's boyfriend, who's the one that put her and Whitney Houston onto drugs.
Yeah.
And I played that role to the point where her brother was in the audience, was like, I wanted to jump on the stage and beat you down, because that's exactly how he was. And I remember coming home, and I was doing something, and my wife was like, you ain't in character. Like, you need to go lay on the couch or something. I was so aggressive. I was just snapping for no reason. And she was looking like, I don't know what, like, cut and cut.
Yeah.
So, it was
like I like, my wife has told me a couple of times on two of my biggest roles that I had done, like it was so bad, homie. I took a family portrait, a family photo, as me in the character from this film that I did where I played a nerd. Quincy don't wear glasses. I gotta wear them now because I'm getting older. But Quincy don't wear no glasses, and so my character does. And so my character does the bow tie. I took a family photo, and she said, "Are you really gonna like?" I'm Marvin. So I'm gonna take
I'm Marvin. Then you're
you know,
Quincy.
I'm gonna take this family, but and so we have it. So I'm sure that's gonna be a story for years to come. Be like, you were so deep in character that you took. And then I started reading up about Will Smith,
Yes.
Don Cheadle,
Yes.
all those guys said, and may you rest in peace, our brother, Black Panther.
Chadwick Boseman.
Boseman, like those guys, for me to watch how they morph into those characters, it may not be the best for your partner during the time,
Yeah,
but they deliver such powerful performances. And as a comic, I wouldn't mind being, or having a smidgen of what those guys possess to be able to be a good actor like that.
It's crazy because even to name a couple people amongst that, even Michael B. Jordan, when he had to play Oscar Grant on Fruitville Station, he was like, man, it was crazy that when his mother was on the set, the scene where it showed that he was dead, his mother was broken. Though he was really dead. Like, it was crazy.
It's acting will do that, man. And yep. Before we start to wrap this up, let me throw out there this trivia question for you all. If you were paying attention, since me and Ace has been on this broadcast here, we met 10 years ago on a comedy competition. Okay, trivia question is, what city and state did we meet 10 years ago on a comedy competition? Okay, the first person to put it in the comments, people, y'all just throw your comments out there and just put it in the comments. The very first person, as soon as I recognize it after the show, I will send you the cash, but we will reveal before the show is over with. But again, Ace and I met 10 years ago on a comedy competition. And what city and state was it? You put it in the comments, and the first correct answer will get $25 sent to you tonight. Okay, so before we get up out of here, man, we definitely gotta kind of talk about the temperature of the country. Just briefly, want to get heavy, but just kind of give your thoughts about like what you see. And before you give your thoughts, I just want to say off the top, as a people, we have to understand everything is not always the way it seems. So just because the media puts it out there, it doesn't mean that that's exactly what happened. And then on the other side, for the other individuals who always wants to criminalize us, regardless of if we are, treated unfairly or not, at least have the patience to maintain a little bit of empathy and understand every situation ain't always what it seems. If the person did rob somebody, what is that person's situation that led to that? Don't be so quick to be like, bad person, kill person, and all that. So that's my thoughts. But what's your feeling about how things are?
I think that it's a sad situation that the country is in, because right now it's like people are picking sides. I've never seen the country be this bad where racism been around for a long time.
Yeah, it
ain't going nowhere. You're gonna have some now. Of course, racism is taught. I'm a firm believer that racism is taught. It's not something you're born with. It's a misunderstanding between two ethnic backgrounds. It's a misunderstanding. And what I mean by that is you have a lot of Caucasian people who don't understand why we do what we do, and why we act the way we act, and why we speak the way we speak, or why we live the way we live. There's a lot of Hispanics that don't understand the way Caucasians do, and so on and so forth. And it goes all the way around. Everyone has their own thing, and I think it's just a misunderstanding. But I've never seen it to this magnitude where you feel the fear that every time you see the news, you're waiting for that. It's like that next person, like, all right, who's the next contestant to be on fill in the the blank of Black Lives Matter, or Who's the next face that's going to be on a rest in peace shirt? And I never thought I would say that, but it's to the point where now it's like certain things that I get fearful for my daughters, because at one time it was just males. And I used to, my wife hated me when I used to say it, but I used to tell her all the time, like, well, don't worry about the girls. Don't worry about me, just worry about the girls. At least y'all not getting killed. At least y'all not getting killed. And I wasn't saying it being funny to her, but it was just more so like she was like, don't say that. I don't want to think about you dying that way. I'm like, you good. Like, just worry about the girls. Like, y'all not gonna die like that. I gotta worry about it, but I know how to conduct myself.
Does it bother you? Does it bother you if when pro athletes speak out and use their platform to try to invoke some type of change? Like, I know a lot of people were going in on LeBron James for speaking out about Jacob Blake before he actually knew what had transpired, before everybody saw the 20-second clip of him being shot 7 times in the back. And, like, there's different sides of the story. Like, well, what happened before that was he was tased. He resisted arrest. He did all that. All we see is the shot in the back, and the whole movement has started again. And then he's got all these warrants and all these things. And although those things are true, at the end of the day, nobody deserves to be shot that many times for resisting arrest. I think one shot, if it was me, not to make a comedy out of it, but one shot in the calf muscle, hey, I got you. Okay, I'm cool. Okay.
Yo,
hey.
That's always been my thing. That I'm like, why does it always have to be the kill?
Yeah.
Like you said, not to make a comedy out of it, but I think if a man gets shots in his private part, that's enough to let him know you serious. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you get shot in the butt or the private part, I think a man will sit there and be like, all right, you said jail? All right, that's enough. Come on. And they would be fine with it. But why is it always seem like it's a kill shot? And I get the people that say, well, you don't know what they doing. Yeah, but if I shot first, why am I aiming for the head? Why am I aiming for the chest? Why not aim for something where I know you're going to live, but you're going to recognize you're going to hurt? Pow, I shot you downstairs. Oh, you folding. Ain't nobody still shooting while they crowd. Nah, ain't nobody doing all that. Pow, you're going down. You're going down. And that's,
but they don't have a weapon. Like, if they don't have a weapon, like, why are you shooting to kill because you're threatened? You pop a person, we all know it's black culture. We all seen Harlem Nights, the pinky toe.
Shoot, there you go. Yeah, that's it. And you can do that. But to answer your question, I don't think that there's anything wrong with celebrities speaking out. I think that there is something wrong when the celebrities that don't speak out are the main ones that want the support from those that's in the area that they don't get it. Like, I think that every celebrity should be speaking out. I think that every celebrity should be trying to come together and meet with the local towns that they're either from or close by, and saying, how can we make this better? How can we go ahead and get together so that way your voice can be heard? You know what I mean? Use me to help y'all. What can I do? Is there anything that I can do? And I think that if that happened a little bit more people would listen. I was getting into a debate with someone, and it was like, yeah, that's why we need to boycott the NBA. I said, well, what did the NBA do? Oh, they doing this and they doing that. Name one millionaire off the NBA that you saw out here with these protests. And I was like, Shaquille O'Neal. He was in Newark. 3 times. What the response was? Yeah, Shaq is a stand-up guy. He's a stand-up dude. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So you don't know what everyone is doing, but I think that if everyone took the LeBron James approach and sat there and said, nah, you know what? We're going to do this, I think it would be better. I think it do. Well.
Cool, man. Well said. First of all, man, thank you so much for being a part of the show.
Thank you.
Let these people know where they can follow you real quick, and I'll give you guys one more opportunity. I'm looking at some of the comments. Nobody has said the city and state. This is 2010. This was 10 years ago. Me and Ace met for the first time on a comedy competition. Hint, hint. It was run by nephew Tommy. So if in the competition was called 50 Comics Deep. So now, what city? And look, and I'll help y'all out even more because I'm not trying to keep this money. So it was somewhere on the East Coast, okay, and it was a southern state in the East Coast. That's it. That's all the information I'm giving you. All you got to do is say what city and state it was, and I'll quarantine cash, or I'll send you over some of this cash. So Ace, you go ahead and let the folks know where they can find you and how they can get in touch with you and follow more of your journey, my man.
Definitely hit me up on Facebook, Ace Brown. There's a lot of Ace Brown. So if you want to directly be able to get right to me and know which one it is, type in Ace Brown comedian, and that will minimize it all the way down to just me. Gotcha. Instagram and Twitter, you could definitely follow me at I am Ace Brown. TikTok, I am Ace Brown. Ironically, yeah. I ain't doing none of that, but I'm on there, spitting content and just making people laugh. And then for bookings, you can always hit me up at gmail.com. I have a couple of monthlies that have slowed down due to this, but I'm trying to kick it back up. I'm trying to actually, quiet is kept, I'm trying to get like a comedy club stylish room going out here in Fayetteville, where I'm definitely going to get Quincy on and everything. But with COVID, a lot of comics are a little leery about coming out, so I got to wait a little bit. But I have been doing I've been doing a couple quarantine shows, where I've been, hey, come get a couple dollars if you want it, and we're going to get that back started at the end of this month, in September. The last Thursday, we're doing on a Thursday. So
Okay, cool, man. It's like I said, it's dope to see you, and your growth, man. And I remember when I started doing the show, and you had hit me up and said, "Hey, man, just let me know. I'd love to be a guest." And so I knew at some point I was going to get you on, and it was a ton of fun. Like, I didn't even get to the questions that I typed up because I'm so structured that But once that's why I love this. That's why I love the show, because when you're talking with a fellow comic, y'all can just vibe and just go off of that, and it doesn't look like it's robotic. So thank you for making that fun.
Thank you.
On this episode here, and and people can hear you in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Yeah, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. If you're anywhere in the Fayetteville area, WCC, well, just type, 104.5. Or if you online, you want to listen to it online, WCCG1045fm.com. If you have Android, you can download the app. Apple, they're still working on it. But it's WCCG1045FM.
Cool. Well, thank you again, my man. I certainly appreciate you being a part of the show today. And, this is probably the toughest quarantine, or not quarantine, but the toughest trivia question that I've asked to date, because nobody has the answer so far. Nobody. Next week is going to be a $50 deal. Don't let it get it before I go off this live. But thank you again, man. Your wife, your children, man. Y'all all be blessed, and we will be linking up again, Ace.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man. Anytime, man. Let me know what's up, and I definitely got to get you out here.
Yes, sir. All right, and likewise, I'm gonna get you here to VB, maybe in 2021, to go on and close down the Quality Comedy series, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, homie.
All right.
Yes, sir. All right, people. Look, thank y'all very much for tuning in. That was a lot of fun. I certainly appreciate that. I had some really good laughs on that one. I got to go back and watch some of the stuff we were talking about, especially the women line and the men line. Like, that was good. Thank you to everybody that tuned in. My comedy peoples, Patrick, Shannon, Roz McCoy. I see y'all out there. Thank y'all for tuning in and checking me out. And I'm looking. Again, we've got pretty much two people shouting out cities, and none of these cities are right. So we are going to close this trivia question situation down because nobody got it. But I will tell y'all the answer. It was Columbia, South Carolina. Columbia, South Carolina was when was where we met 10 years ago officially, and been rocking ever since. So thank y'all again for playing along, and thank y'all for commenting and everything. Thank y'all again. And if you guys are interested in my supportive positive message, I strive to be perfect but end up being human. It's very simple. Let's just teach the world to stop judging, stop holding grudges, stop pointing fingers. We are all human beings and we all make mistakes. Your mistake is not bigger than my mistake. So stop judging. All right. But definitely, if you want a shirt, just leave a message in the comments and I will reach out to you and get you the details so you guys can get your own shirt. But they do come in black as well as red, and these are unisex. As you can see, they fit real good on the arms and everything, so it's a good fitting material. So thank y'all again for tuning in. I'm going to go eat because I am hungry. I am hungry. I've been holding this hunger for a long time. So once again, I am out. I will see y'all next week. I got a good guest next week. You guys stay tuned. You get to hear who it is. All right.
Daddy Church jokes.